like the last 15 minutes. Hope y'all having a great day. Just doing some exercises in the middle of the morning. Well, not the middle of the morning, the wee hours of the what morning. I scheduled it for 3 o'clock, but it wouldn't let me go live for some reason. So if you were waiting for me, sorry for the wait or the delay. I figured I would go live in the middle of the night for anyone on the West Coast or across the world in like England or whatever. But it's just me by myself. But it's okay because I'm gonna do what I got to do. Hmm. Figured I would work out a little bit before I start talking. Maybe get a couple people in, but I'm solo because it's so late or so early. But it's okay. Try to get just good angle. Welcome to the live. Hope you're having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. Oh, gained one and lost one that fast. It's okay. I'll start talking in a minute. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking. My name is Christopher Lee, and welcome to the channel. This is If I Can Do It, You Can with Christopher Lee. I mean, with C. Lee, and that's me. And I wanted to talk a little bit about my life living with multiple sclerosis. And for you, those who are new, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at the age of 38 in 2015. But I know for a fact that I got it at the age of 14 after I was hit in my back playing football for my freshman football team. And it triggered multiple sclerosis because of the traumatic spinal cord injury. So I was 14 and I was playing football for my freshman team in Cleveland, Ohio for a school called Villa Angela St. Joseph Vikings. A lot of people know it as St. Joe's because um, it was a boys' school before it merged with the school called Villa Angela. It was just St. Joe's by itself before that. And it was a very popular school. So I joined that school in the ninth grade in 1991. And, oh no, 1992, sorry. And I joined the freshman football team. This was my first time playing. No, I'm sorry. I started playing tackle in the fifth grade for like a junior league, and I joined the ninth grade football team. It's my second time playing tackle football. I was a tight end, and we were about 2 to 3 games in when in practice. I went out for a pass. Um, if you know about football, I did a 8 yard hitch route. That's when you run about 8 to 10 yards and you immediately turn around to catch the football. And that's what I did on that play in practice. And as soon as I caught it, I looked over my shoulder, and the fastest person on our team was running full speed at me. He was a safety. His name was Joe Daniels. I'll never forget it. And he hit me in my back and lit me up. And I went to the ground, and but I got right up because I wanted to be tough. But I knew right away something was not right, and I immediately went over to the coach. And I didn't complain. I just said, "Can I go into the locker room?" And I stayed there for the rest of practice, laying on the bench, and it was just something like a pinch in my back, and it was hard for me to walk. I knew something was not right with me. Um, Obviously, I didn't know it was multiple sclerosis because I had never heard of it before at the age of 14. But I just figured it was a bad back injury, and I laid on the bench for the rest of practice, and I never was the same after that. For about a week or two, I walked with a heavy limp. I even went to practice and was still playing. None of the coaches said anything to me. I, I was shocked because it was a very heavy limp, but me being 14 and being naive and just thinking it was a back injury, I just sucked it up and wanted to be tough and fought through it. So I was blessed that my young body healed around that back injury, and I was able to walk, run, jump pretty much normally after my injury healed up, like a normal 14-year-old. And but I always felt like a pinch in my back, and I always had some pain in my back, but I just wanted to be tough and fight through it. So I never really said anything, and never asked to go to the doctor or anything. I just figured, hey, it's just back pain. You know, everybody gets this, so I just fought through it. So throughout my life, I always had that pinch in my back. It was like the upper right part of my back after the injury, and it was like a little slight click too when I would move my shoulder or back. But I just figured, it's just what comes with having a back injury. So I didn't say too much about it or complain. I just lived with it, and it really didn't start getting like bothering me or getting worse until I got into my 30s. And around like 35, 36, I could feel the pain in my back increasing from that click. And then I started experiencing difficulty putting my left leg in front of me. It just gradually kept getting worse and worse from about the age of 35, 36. And by the time I reached about 37, it was getting extremely hard to put my left leg in front of me. And at this time, I was bouncing in the club. So, that was a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Very concerning, because I was using my body to protect people. And you can't protect nobody if your back is like messed up. Anybody out there with back pain knows that it's no joke. And it was beginning to start to feel like it was a knife stuck in the middle of my back. But I never complained or said anything. I just fought through it. And when I would get off of work at the clubs and go to walk to my car, it it was starting to get extremely difficult to put my left leg in front of me, and especially if I had like a drink after the bar or club was over with, because alcohol really like fries your nerves and it makes multiple sclerosis worse. Just to let you guys know, or women know out there, if you know someone with multiple sclerosis, or if you're going through it yourself, you know that alcohol is so bad for multiple sclerosis, and it makes it worse. But I didn't know at the time, so when I did like have a drink, it would make my body feel so bad, like trash, and it would be difficult to even get to my car after I finished my shift bouncing if I had a drink. But I didn't know what was going on. So I just fought through the pain, and when I got to about 38, it was just almost unbearable. So it was almost like I had to go to the doctor. So at 38, I started going to see a neurologist, and this was 2015, towards the fall. And unfortunately, I bumped into the wrong neurologist who really didn't really care about me. He never smiled at me, never shook my hand. It was it was the first time I had ever like been around a doctor who didn't really like wasn't like friendly or like overly nice, because most doctors are. But yeah, this neurologist was like just stringing me along and having me go to physical therapy when I could barely walk, and doing all kind of tests. He even gave me an epidural, and it didn't help me at all. And yeah, but this was for about 2 or 3 months, and yeah, he was just stringing me along, probably just running the bill up, making money off of me. And finally, about like in October of 2015, um, oh well, I skipped over. My left leg was so weak that I just knew that it was like ligament damage or something going on. But they did an MRI on my left knee, and it told me, your left knee looks perfectly fine for a 30-year-old, 38-year-old. And once I heard that, I was like, oh, I know it's something wrong with me, because I just felt like my knee was like almost like buckling when I would try to put it in front of me. So I said, oh man, it's really something wrong with me. But I still didn't know, because I didn't even know about multiple sclerosis. So they did like 4 or 5 more MRIs on me after they did an MRI on my left knee. And once they got to the top of my spine and my brain, the neurologist, who really didn't care, told me, oh, it looks like you have multiple sclerosis. And I'll never forget that day. I said, what is that? And he began to explain that it was a neurological disease. And after I went back and told my family and how he was treating me, um, one of my family members got me over to another hospital system, like within a week. And when I got over there, they did a spinal tap where they put a needle in the bottom of your spine and collect some fluid. And the fluid contains like the sign if you have multiple sclerosis or not. They can like look at the fluid that they took out your spine and tell if you have multiple sclerosis. And when they did, um, they said that I had it, and they did a brain scan too, or MRI, and showed me where there was dead tissue. Like I can't really tip my head forward that good, but it was like right in the middle, in the like right center. And they said that's where like your motor functions for your left leg is. And I'll never forget that day, because um, my mom was there, my dad was there, and my stepmom was there. And she was a nurse her whole life, and she just started crying. And I was like, oh, I know if she's crying, then I'm in for a long haul. And it was disappointing, because I actually like told her that it felt like a knife was in my back. Like a year or two leading up to my diagnosis, and they she didn't believe me, and yeah, that hurt. I'll never forget that. Someone that is like that has been a nurse their whole life, kind of like dismissing me complaining about. It feels like a knife in my back, but I'm a fighter, so I'll get through it. But yeah, having someone that was in the medical industry their whole life dismiss what I said, that was disappointing. But anyway, moving on. Um, After they diagnosed me, I got a walker and Jan. Oh, I'm skipping. After they diagnosed me, I joined a support group for people with multiple sclerosis. Um, you know, Thinking that that would be something cool to do, but to be honest, it was depressing, and I only went one time because I wanted to be uplifted by people and not just hearing about people's like kind of complaining about what they're going through, because it was about 15 people in that first meeting, group support meeting, and I was the only one in a wheelchair, and I had the best attitude out of everyone in there. Now, granted, I do use marijuana, and I had used it before I got there, and that uplifts me. But it was like so depressing. So after the meeting was over, and I thought to myself, like, is this gonna really help me? I said, nope. I don't want to hear about people complaining, and I'm like just now learning about this disease and getting ready for my fight. So I never went back because I thought it was more of a negative thing than positive to hear about everybody complaining about what they're going through, instead of like hearing people say like, I know I'm going to get through this, or we're all in this together. It was nothing like that. It was just totally negative. But not to discourage anybody else from joining a support group, especially if the group is like uplifting or it fits you. But this is just my journey, and I'm sharing, what I went through. So I only went one time because I'm more of like a introvert and a person that keeps to herself. Even though I have family, I mean friends, not a lot, but and I like spending time with family and friends, but I don't mind being like solo at all. So with that being said, um, I chose to like go through this fight kind of by myself. I had the support of some family members, but it's been pretty much a solo journey, and just being strong and fighting through the pain. And for those who don't know what multiple sclerosis is or how it affects you, this one cool neurologist that was very informative. He told me to explain to people that it's like when you have a phone charger cord that's like starting to get old, and you know how the cord um, it starts to wear, and you can see the inside wires. Well, that's what multiple sclerosis does to like your nerve endings, and it usually starts at like your feet or your hands and legs. I mean, hands and legs, hands and arms, and you lose like motor function. So to give you an example, look how fast I could do this with my right, and my left hand has been affected by it. So as fast as I could do that with my left hand. See how fast I can do it with my right. Well, my motor skills have been affected in my left hand by multiple sclerosis. But I'm blessed because this is like the only function from my belly up that I have lost. I lost a little bit of lung function in my left and motor skills in my left hand. But it has mainly affected my walking because it started in my left leg, and I have to like drag my left leg to get it ahead of me. But I'm okay. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm a fighter, and I walk with a walker. And to get my left leg in front of me, I kind of have to drag it. And so yeah, I don't want to get off track. But yeah, I just been keeping my head up, and I keep fighting, keep working out. And if you have a healthier diet, it helps to stop the progression of multiple sclerosis, because I believe there's 3 to 4 different kind, and the kind that I have is called primary progressive MS, and it like gets worse over time. I'm not sure where it is on like all 3, which is it the second or third or fourth one, but it's called primary progressive multiple sclerosis. So let me see where I'm at my journey talking. Decide to not go back to the support group and fight on my own. Also, I started to receive what they call steroid infusions in the fall of 2015, and my body